Yo, what's going on, people? Back with the Spurs v Leeds review of the game, and it's in the review I wasn't expecting to give, if I'm being honest. But Tottenham 3, Leeds 0. Now, if we going off our recent form, the last few games, and how we've been playing and how Leeds play, we would have been happy for a point, but we take all three, and I'm happy with that. I'll take that. Go through a few stats first. Now, this wasn't a shock. We had 36% possession, they had 64. We had 20 shots. Compared to our last game, we had 6, so there's an improvement. They had 18. We had 7 on target, they had 5. Corners and that we're not really worried about. We had a red card, but we'll get onto that later on. Let's talk about the positives first. And you know where I'm starting. Harry Kane and Son. Without those two players in this team would be in the mud. We'll be where Arsenal is. Probably where Sheffield United is, if we're being real. Because Højbjerg's a leader. He's not a goal scorer. Vinicius, not seen enough of him to say he's going to be good or he can come good. And plus he's young. Lucas, hit and miss. Lamela, hit and miss. Lo Celso, he's alright, but goal scoring, no. Dele Alli, must be a doppelganger, because the real Dele Alli, I don't know where he's gone, but he's not stepped up at all this season. So we will be definitely with Sheffield United, and we'll be in trouble, probably relegation, because those two have single-handedly put us in 3rd place. Now, people say it's not a one-man team and this, that, and the third, which is true, and I agree with that, but sometimes you have to say, without certain players in that team, then that team is going nowhere, and that's what it would be without Son and Kane. And that's how I feel. Them two were brilliant today. First half, and in spells in the second half. Brilliant, especially Harry Kane. And what I will give Mourinho credit for is he's realised that we don't have a creative player in our team. Lo Celso is not Eriksen replacement, and he's not as creative. His passing is average at best. I wouldn't say he's the best passer of the ball. I say Ndombele is probably the best passer of the ball in our midfield, and he hardly plays a full 90 minutes. But when he's on, he's always trying to go forward. But when it comes to a proper playmaker and someone that can deliver a 60-yard ball or inch-perfect pass, he knows it's Harry Kane. Which is why I think he's got him to drop a lot deeper to release the quicker players outside of him, because he has the ability to pass the ball through the lines and pick players out like he did for Son's goal. If Kane's not on the ball there, and it's maybe Lo Celso, Harry Winks, Lamela, Dele, Son don't score that goal. And people can hate if they want and say, oh, you're not a fan. I'm just real. They're not putting that pass on the plate for Son to score, and we don't get that goal. It's just that simple. And if you don't like it, then that's your opinion and that's mine. We can debate it if you want, but if I'm being honest, you'll lose it. But overall, the team played well, except Doherty, who I don't know how he's getting the team. Aurier has to be injured, because for me, right back, we need another right back. And I'm not going to blame Tottenham, because when you saw him at Wolves, he was brilliant. He was scoring, he was whipping in crosses, he was getting assists, but it's come to Tottenham and it ain't worked for him. Now, obviously, you have to give him time to adapt, I guess, because he never used to play this position at Wolves per se, so I guess it's a little different for him. He has to adjust, but he's taking too long to adjust. And for me, either bring Aurier in, or I'd rather see Foyt in there, because Foyt, right, it might take him 15 minutes to get into the game, but once he's in the game, Foyt, he's brilliant. He's young. He's like 21, 22 years old, but give him time, and under the right management, he will definitely come good. But the Reece didn't have much to do. Our centre backs were brilliant. Dyer, Alderweireld, as always. Even big up Ben Davies. He had a good game as well. Out there on the left, he done his thing. And Ndombele, of course. Listen, Ndombele is a unsung hero, and I think Mourinho and the critics and all the pundits are now finally starting to see what he brings to the team. And when he's not there, you can sense it. You know he's missing when he's not there, because you don't have that edge, that precise clinical passing. Harry Winks, he had an alright game today, to be fair, but he's not creative. He's a number 8, box to box. I say box to box. He doesn't really score goals for number 8, which is really disappointing, if I'm honest. His finishing is not good. He doesn't get in the box, but he does defend. So I guess that disbands it out. I'll take that. If you're going to defend, cool. If you're not going to score, you've got to defend for me. And to his credit, he does it to the best of his ability, but is he good enough for Tottenham Hotspur? No. And who else do we have in there? Højbjerg, obviously. His first game, I was like, oh God. I remember, it was against Everton. He had an absolute mare that game. And I was getting worried that, oh mate, here we go, another bad signing, it ain't going to work. Just more dross and more fodder in there. But after that game, it don't happen to him, but since that game, he's been brilliant in that defensive midfield, and that's what we needed, because Eric Dyer wasn't the guy to play that position that Højbjerg's playing right now. And we defended brilliantly. Lloris done what he had to do, even though majority of the shots are right down his throat, which made his life a lot easier. But you got to hold on the ball, you got to and do what you got to do, and try and stay awake and be alert when the ball's not coming your way. And he did that today again. Decent performance. Whole team overall brilliant performance. Then we get to the negative. Doherty, 2 yellow cards. Stupid yellow card as well. It's like you're going in for tackles in the 90-something minute. We're 3-0 up. He's not near the goal. He's not going to cause any problems from where he is. He's like just over the halfway line. Why do you feel the need to go in like that, knowing you're on a yellow card as well? Now that might be just, maybe he's mentally going through it because he knows he's not been performing. So it might be because his form is just, I don't know, he's not concentrating, he's not at it. But for me, that's what I expect from Aurier. But even Aurier is not going to do that. So again, he's got a ban. I guess that's a good thing going forward, because I didn't want him in my lineup. He wasn't in my lineup. It was Aurier, but he went on the bench. And Dele didn't even get on the pitch. He was warming up, but didn't make it on the pitch. Sissoko came on instead, and you know what Sissoko's going to give you, and he done it again. Pretty much decent, solid. But I think Dele's time might be up at Tottenham now. Definitely, I think he's gone PSG. Now Poch is there. And he's young, and obviously he's a bit, he rose to the top real quick, and now he's on a decline. Now we're going to see if he has the mental ability to cope. I think he should be able to, but it seems like he's more into his modelling and his endorsements than he's in football. Maybe that's what Mourinho's seen as well, and that's why he ain't playing. But I think PSG would be a good move for him. The league's a bit slower and he ain't quick, so he'll probably suit him fine, and he likes to do his little flicks and fancy passes. And if he's at PSG, all the teams in that league, apart from PSG and possibly Marseille and Lyon, they're crap. So he'll have a field day there. But that's the review. We got the 3-0 win. We're up into third on 29 points. Only about 4 points behind Liverpool. Still early days, but we up there. And I'm going to drop my player ratings later on. Look out for that. that'll be dropping later this evening. But until then, you lot stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.